Hey guys, I'm back again and eto na yung last day natin for this building your first landing page challenge. So this is the 10th day. And for this 10th day, yung topic natin is just reviewing what we have learned so far. So yun, when we designers try to work with a client or when we start working with a client, meron talagang gap between you, the designer, and the client. And yun nga, most of the time guys, yung reason bakit nagkakaroon ng gap is that si client may trust issues. Yung tipong na burn siya in the past ng ibang designers na hindi pala maganda yung service. Most of the time, yun yung reason. Kaya din yung nangyayari, parang nag-o-object sila pag malaki yung charge mo, mga ganyan. That's because merong trust issue. But we can solve that by using the microstep process. Yung microstep process yung bridge natin. Now, if you can remember sa first video natin sa starter pack, binigyan ko kayo ng overview kung paano nagwo-work yung microstep. Basically, si microstep is yung first step is you would need to connect with the prospect or the client, and then you would provide free audit. That way, you would give them upfront value kasi hindi lahat ng designer nagbibigay ng upfront value. Yung binibigay lang ng ibang designer is their portfolio, and more often than not, mas valuable yung free audit as compared sa portfolio. Now, once the client is somewhat invested with you, pwede ka nang mag-ask ng discovery questions, and it's also provided sa 4P framework from the webinar. So yun, sa discovery questions, you would just need to ask great questions para makita ka nila as expert. Anyways, I would not give a deeper discussion regarding sa microstep since this challenge is more on sa building your first landing page. So yung medyo mas deeper is more on the wireframe stage and also the build stage. So yun nga guys, bakit importante yung wireframe? Bakit kasali siya? Kasi yung iba ini-ignore lang yung wireframe. And the next video na discuss ko sa second video was all about wireframe, di ba? Now, to give you an overview or summary na lang, ito yung importance ng wireframe. Number one, it lowers guesswork for both the designers and client. Kasi nga, yung wireframe is ginagamit yung parang reference point of reference kung ano yung itsura ng landing page before siya makode. Next is it helps address concerns and decreases revisions. Yun nga, the more revisions na ibibigay sa atin ni client, the more tayo na parang nagagalit, na frustrate, and nafe-feel natin na parang shit, maliit lang yung bayad sa atin. That's because hindi naman well communicated lahat. And wireframes or doing wireframes would solve that. Decrease yung revision, and yung pinakamaganda pa dyan guys is that the client would be heavily invested in the project. When they are heavily invested in the project guys, it would not be hard for you to offer other services. Sabihin natin, you offered landing page first and then meron ka palang skill sa video editing. Now, when you want to offer video editing sa client mo, hindi sila masyadong magno-no kasi nga they were heavily invested in the project dahil sa wireframe. So yun yung silbi ng wireframe. The great thing about wireframe is that you build a high level of trust with the client kasi nga may exchange kayo ng feedback and then concerns. So yun yung importante sa wireframe. The next is yung build stage. Okay? So when we build the landing page, meron tayong kinukonsider dito. Number one, kailangan i-make sure na yung gagamitin nating landing page builder or yung software dapat mag-generate ng page na fast yung load speed. Kung baga, mabilis siyang ma-open, ma-access ng mga tao na na mabagal yung internet. So yun yung importante. And yun nga, kaya din na-discuss ko sa inyo yung mga criteria namin when we are choosing a landing page builder, kasi this is very very important for clients. Kasi malaki yung mawawala sa kanila if yung landing page nila is mabagal yung load speed. So it's very very important na fast load speed yung main criteria ng pag-choose nyo ng builder. Next is it should be responsive to mobile. Yun nga, dahil nga madami na yung tao na on their mobile device, kailangan yung landing page is accessible to mobile phones. So yun. And lastly, syempre, it should be functional. So kung yung purpose niya is to collect email, it should collect email. So yun yung kailangan i-consider when building landing pages. Pero yun nga, mas importante yung wireframe stage as compared sa build. Kasi nga, sa build, kumbaga, na-map out nyo na kung ano yung gusto ng client. All you have to do is build out the page. Yung magiging mahirap dyan is kung meron pang automation. Pero, more often than not, based on experience, yun lang talaga. Yung build is just the build. So, yun. For your deliverables, guys, if you would also notice, nung pina-download kayo namin ng assets, yung makikita nyo doon is merong font, meron ding design brief, but usually the design brief will be provided by your client kasi ibibigay nyo lang naman yung questionnaires, and yung questionnaires na yon are based from the 4P framework. Kumbaga, sasagutin lang nila yon, so you don't have to worry about that. Next is compressed images. So yun, if you would use Adobe XD, and then if you would use Adobe XD, yung pinakita ko sa inyo kung paano madadownload yung images, it would automatically compress the images para maging mabilis siyang basahin ng web or ng browser. So yun yung maganda ko sa Adobe XD. Next is yung low fidelity and then high fidelity wireframe. Also, we should not forget na inside the low fidelity and high fidelity wireframe, kailangan natin gumawa ng style guide. Kaya diniscuss sa inyo yung style guide is that para mas mapabilis yung trabaho natin. Kasi yung goal natin is mapakita kaagad kay client and mabilis natin ma-iterate. Bakit natin maging mabilis? Kasi nga when they see us na meron tayong gas or we give a shit sa business nila, they will definitely trust us and use our service more or contact us more, and yung pinakamaganda pa dun is that they would refer us to their network. So yun, importante yung style guide to make it faster, to make your workflow faster. And kung meron silang existing designer, it would act like a communication device for that specific designer kung kailangan nilang gumawa ng ibang page using your style para makokopya nila. And yung ibang designer hindi gumagawa ng ganyan. So it's very very important for us to also create that. Now, when delivering the wireframe, it can be delivered through the Adobe XD link for easy access to clients. So we also have to consider na si client palaging busy. So kung mag-send tayo ng image, most of the time, hindi yan nila ma-access kaagad. Which is why, mas maganda kung Adobe XD link na lang yung ibibigay sa kanila. Para kahit on the go sila, makikita pa din nila yung gawa mo. Alright? And then yung pinakamaganda pa dun is makakapag-feedback sila sa design. Specifically kung ano yung portion na kailangang i-edit. So yun yung maganda pag link yung submission. And lastly, na deliverable natin is yun nga, yung responsive to mobile and functional landing page. And yun, kung ikaw yung owner ng landing page builder account, like meron kang swipe pages and then gumagawa ka lang ng landing page for a client inside your account, yung deliverable mo doon will be the URL of the landing page. Pero, most of the time guys, yung pinapa-shoulder namin sa landing page builder is yung client. So, yung pagbibuild namin ng landing page is through their account or inside their landing page builder account. So, yun lang guys. For your assignment guys, eto na yung last assignment nyo. Number one, what's the one valuable takeaway you got from this 10 days challenge? And lastly, I want you guys to fill out the form and download your digital certificate. So yun lang guys, I hope you learned a lot from this 10-day challenge, and thank you so much for participating in this challenge. So yun guys, buyers.